Shalom. I like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim, preaching this word with truth and sincerity around the four corners of the earth. Peace and salutations to the Akim and the Aqua, true believers of the hopeful elect. Just coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy. And I wanted to speak about the beast system that Esau is going to be implementing soon. You know, I got a couple of articles that I would like to read dealing with reordering, restructure, and reset. So I'm going to get the articles. This will be a quick lesson. I'm going to get the articles, hit a couple of precepts, and Lord's willing, this will be edifying. You know, Esau coming down with that great wrath because he know that he haveth but a short time. Alright, this is from Zero Hedge, and it reads, is the U.S. considering a gold-backed treasury instrument? It says we are going to have some kind of grand global economic reordering. And this is published November 26, 2024. It says Scott Bessent, the incoming Treasury Secretary, is stepping into the spotlight to manage the monumental task of selling trillions in U.S. government bonds. It says Japan has been grappling with a dramatic currency crisis, prompting the government to intervene repeatedly to support and stabilize the yen. They have spent over $100 billion in recent years to support their currency, a staggering figure. It says China has been actively reducing its exposure to U.S. debt as it pushes to de-dollarize, safeguard its economy against potential sanctions, internationalize its currency, and navigate escalating tensions over Taiwan. And so as you can see, everybody's dumping the dollar, which is a global move, because they're going to implement that CBDC, that central bank digital currency, and that's one step closer to the MOTB, the mark of the beast, that micro C-hip. It says Japanese investors sold a record $61.9 billion in U.S. securities in Q3 per U.S. Treasury data. And it says Chinese funds offloaded $51.3 billion in the same period, the second largest amount on record. And as you can see, here's I don't know if I can make it bigger. Yeah. But here's the quarters. They show it on the graph. It says, now what does this have to do with anything? It says the incoming Treasury Secretary has voiced support for the U.S. issuing ultra-long-term bonds, a concept previously explored during the Trump administration under then Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. or Mnuchin. However, a compelling idea is now being openly discussed by an economic advisor from President Trump's first administration. Judy Shelton, with whom I recently had a conversation, is advocating for a treasury instrument that includes the gold convertibility of the dollar upon maturity. Says Scott Bessent is a proud economic historian, and I am sure also understands the role of gold in the international monetary system. This would come at a time when central banks are increasingly diversifying their strategies and turning to hard assets like gold. And so as you can see, they're trying to ditch the dollar. They're claiming that they want to back it by gold, but we all know that the global elites already have all the gold. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Schicklgrubers, those families, the Oppenheimers, those families, they already have all the gold, you know. Matter of fact, let me get a quick preset. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Let's read that in the NLT. So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. Yeah, we are familiar with his evil schemes. And we're not ignorant of his devices. One of his devices is deception. He's coming with that. Let's make gold the standard currency. When the U.S. dollar has been backed by gold since the 70s. I believe the 60s or the 70s. When Richard Nixon signed it into law, the Gold Act. This is just one big shit show. But they're definitely doing some reordering. I got another news article. This is from IMPRS, Global Multiplicity. And it says economic reordering. It says in the 1990s, global capitalism became the dominant paradigm around the world, with the market and activist and managerial logic serving as the unquestioned template for organizing all aspects of life. Since then, however, repeated financial, political, and epidemiological crisis, that's a tongue twister, coupled with mounting ecological challenges, have exposed the limitations of this model. Today, we are seeing a comprehensive reordering of the economy and the many social processes in which it is embedded. Social ties are becoming the primary source of value and an organizational paradigm for new markets driven by factors such as the energy transition, the pursuit of sustainable resource consumption, digitalization, financialization, and global commodity chains. It says, as a result, the anthropological perspective on the embeddedness of the economy has gained renewed importance. We aim to explore the deep integration of the economy with seemingly non-economic realms such as governance, religion, health, leisure, education, and private life in today's world. On the basis of detailed case studies, we can start to unravel these connections, predict their future trajectories, and rethink foundational concepts. Our investigations use an anthropological lens to understand recent global and colonial history, emphasizing economic factors and materiality rather than assuming the primacy of dominant master concepts. We will address contemporary phenomena, focus on material and digital infrastructures, and their impact on social life, especially in new IT-based and supposedly fossil-free industries, platform businesses, crowdfunding, and experimental formats. We will analyze the implications of these innovations on logistics and how they shape the experiences of consumers and producers in their physical and non-virtual environments. Key aspects include the mobility of people and goods, the organization of this mobility through brokers and agencies, and urban planning and development as vital sites of value creation. Moreover, we will explore how these dynamics influence the allocation of costs and benefits to private and public actors at both local and global scales, often by appropriating former shared resources. Yeah, so they're all about restructuring. And to be honest, that has to do with the CBDC. Going to the MOTB. Lord's will, if I remember, I'll put these links to these articles in the description box. Let me see. There's the book of Revelation, chapter 17, starting at verse 12. And it reads, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. Yeah, and the beast is NATO, and the beast is NATO, and who's part of NATO? America. And the 10 horns are the EU, the European Union. Started as the EEC, the European Economic Markets. It started with 10 countries, and now it's blossomed into more than that. But that's who the 10 horns are. Going to verse 13, this is the point. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. When you look up that word, one.
Strong's G 1520. Heis. Heis.
Yeah, it literally says one. And you look up that word mind.
Strong's G 1106. Nome. Nome.
That's the pronunciation in the Greek for that word mind. And it says the faculty of knowledge, mind, reason, that which is thought or known, one's mind, view, judgment, opinion. Basically judgment. So like it says, these have one mind, one judgment, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So the 10 kings would give their strength unto the beast. So EU would give its strength unto America. That's why whatever America does, the whole world follows. You know? America is trying to America's trying to switch the currency from the US dollar into the CBDC, and the whole world is following. That's why you see China and Japan dumping the treasury bonds in the article I read. Because, you know, this this guy is greedy, man. Just can't have enough. There's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. I'll start at 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Yeah, and the way he the wine is talking about the philosophies. That's how he transgressed, you know. He transgressed by the philosophies that he carries, like Christianity, do as thou wilt spirit. He, you know, like it says in the book of Psalms, the 10th chapter, the Most High is not in all his thoughts, and that's true. And even at his enemies, he puffeth at them. Let me see something real quick. Look up the word integrate. This is from the etymology of the word integrate, from 1630s, to render something whole, bring together the parts of, from Latin integratus, past participle of integrare, make whole from integer, whole, complete, figuratively, untainted, upright, literally, untouched, from tangere, to touch, handle. So this is what Esau is doing. He's integrating all of the nations money supply to make it one. You know, he wants a one world religion, or one world military, a one world government, or a new world order. You know? Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Now when you look up this word, thick clay, you gotta look it up to understand the meaning of the words, so it makes more sense. This is Strong's H5671, and the word there is ibatyat, and it says weight of pledges, heavy debts. Yeah, so this is what Esau has done. Esau has accumulated heavy debts, and and because if you look up the debt clock, when you look up the debt clock, it shows you that the United States is heavy in debt. You see, and the other nations are too, but you see the U.S. national debt, 36 trillion, and counting as we speak. Yeah, you see, so America is steps away from having the CBDC. You know, that's why we tell you. Book of Revelation, chapter 12. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah, and this is why they're trying to implement Operation Warp Speed. They're trying to have the world in the central bank digital currency, the whole world by, I believe, 2030. The agenda is Agenda 2030. But watch and see what Donald Trump does when he gets into office. You got about a month and change left. You got about a month and change left, or a little bit less than 2 months until he gets inaugurated, and he's already making moves. So we're just gonna have to just wait and see. But keep your eyes open, watch as well as pray. You know, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. There's going to be a reset. That's for sure. That's a definite. So, Lord's will, you was edified. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.